I got sent down to the boondocks, the wharf, to work in the construction trailer with the alcoholic parking lot attendant and his lobster boat buddies. There were 2 bays in the wharf that were set aside, one for offices and one was a sample exhibition bay. But the offices weren't really heated. There were salamanders or whatever they're called some of the time, but it was pretty cold. I mean, they were just rough. None of the renovation had started. There was a bathroom that had been created for McDonald's, and it had hand blow dryers. We used to go in the bathroom and turn on the dryers to warm up, not only our hands, but our feet, because it was so cold.
It was very hard to persuade people, normal people, that this was a particularly viable site. So on this, they were loft liver types, of which I don't think we had one between the 2 boards. You really had to imagine what this place would look like, because what it looked like when we bought it was really pretty scuzzy. So Noel Flather, a great man, gave us enough money to put up, to finish 2 bays, to install one with exhibits from both museums, so that it was a kind of sampler of a museum environment. And the second one was to put a small kitchen and some offices in, so that we could, have parties here and persuade unsuspecting types that this was the museum of their dreams. And it turns out that this was a great place to have parties. We had cocktail parties galore, and I remember our favorite trick was to go down to Nick's, the no-name restaurant on the fish pier, and get fish chowder and bring it back and have garlic bread and fish chowder and white wine, which was a killer recruiting lunch. I remember Mary Faulkner was just blown away at the thought of this place plus, that food. Wow. Anyway, it was incredible. The exhibits were a lot of fun. I remember we had the bridges down here, and we had there were a couple of other big sort of set pieces of our education program, and you had some of the freestanding action kiosks from the VC and the JP. And I remember at the end of one party, everyone was standing at the open door looking out, and all of a sudden, a freight car came whizzing by on what we all assumed was a dead track. Do you remember that? That was remarkable. I don't think we were able to explain where the boxcar came from or where it was going. It was a surprise.